My name is Derica Chelsea, and this is my sports ball project um, presentation. So here we go. All right, I'll be doing my presentation on college athletes self-advocacy. Self-advocacy is defined as the ability to support oneself in one's endeavor. So just to kind of give you some insight onto that from what I've encountered. It would basically be you can't rely on your parents or others on the outside. You must address the head coach and convey your concerns. You have to learn how to protect yourself as a collegiate athlete, and we must speak up for ourselves in situations that only we are familiar with. When parents intervene too soon, it stifles young adults' willingness to advocate for themselves. All right, sports advocacy. So, sports advocacy drives change in a positive way because players trust you and everybody is open no matter the situation. Coaches may help in sport advocacy by being alert, accountable, and ready to act, as well as being honest and showing that they care about their players. This is distinct from self advocacy, yet, self advocacy is critical for college athletes to comprehend. Coaches, parents, athletes, and sports organizations act on behalf of athletes in sports advocacy. All right, so parent involvement. If your child exhibits negative emotions, be aware and prepare to respond. This could be a sign of depression. Teach self advocacy to college athletes and teach kids how to deal with their own difficulties and situations. This, to me, that kind of starts at a young age. Make yourself familiar with sports culture. Most parents have no idea what sports their child participates in. Therefore, they must ask inquiries in order to learn more. So, kind of like just making sure you know what's going on so you can provide a better support base for your child. And then understand that coaches may do some things out of anger or say some things in the heat of the moment. And everything is not meant to hurt your child's feelings or make them feel bad. Some things are just the heat of the moment, spur of the moment. And I think that with all these points that you have to be able to communicate, because being able to communicate with your child was going to make these things easier, was going to make seeing depression early easier. It's going to make you be able to help your child through these tough moments and when they're with their sport. How can we help? All right, so things like this are why we need to be more informed of what's going on behind closed doors with our players. As a result, the NCAA should focus on the athletes rather than the economic side of things, which is where a lot of feelings and personal relationships are mishandled because of the business side of sports. My favorite example of this would be the Sharif Cooper investigation. He's basically deemed ineligible by the NCAA, which I feel was because of his flashy lifestyle, which he came from a wealthy family, so I understood this was lifestyle he was living, but the NCAA still felt like there was an outside source of income, so he was deemed ineligible and investigated until he was finally cleared to play for Auburn. All right, why is this important? Athletes are expected to compete at a high level while still attending classes. Athletes aren't average students, so we have to go above and beyond the criteria because there is so much criticism directed at them. Athletes can feel neglected or even taken advantage of because of their undertreatment. A study conducted in 2019 proved this theory after conducting a study on high school students. Being an athlete is a job itself, which can take a toll on your mental and physical state. Voice of college athletes. So we're all aware of different medias or social medias. So college athletes can speak through various media outlets. I think the perception is what brings issues. Since college athletes are young adults, their comments are somewhat made as childish sometimes. And some schools limit their athletes' voices. So it's hard for them to even speak up for themselves. All right, so now we'll get onto that business side. So in the past, schools made millions off athletes while athletes didn't receive a penny. New rules still allow this, but they have now allowed for athletes to receive money from outside deals. This may not be the ultimate goal, but it has made a difference for college athletes. All right.